Welcome back to Blind Man Morris, and today we are investigating a new noise on Libby, or Series 2 from 1954. So, we were driving the other day, the car's been driving beautifully, and we just came out of town, driving down a long big slope, and at the bottom of the slope, along the hill on a dual track, we're doing about 50 miles an hour, we heard a tappity, tappity, tappity sound, which was new, and it just happened all of a sudden. Thought, oi, oi. We drove to the car show we were going to, parked up, left it, checked a couple of things on the outside of the engine, like the fan blade ain't come loose or something like that, and then drove home. Noise was the same, and so we're going to investigate what that is. We think it's probably something on the valve train. It sounds very valve train. It's not knocky or tonky like a big end bearing, and that has gone because it's got new big end bearings on it, and I inspected the whole of the bottom of the engine when I rebuilt it. So it's probably something to do with the valve train, but we won't know. So the first thing we're going to do is grab a very interesting tool called a peenard, which is a midwife's tool, and it's wooden, and it's for listening to baby's heartbeats on a woman, and it's brilliant for diagnosing sounds on an engine. More accurate than a wooden spoon and a screwdriver, and less problematic than a stethoscope. So we're going to use a peenard. We're going to do that first to see where the noise is coming from, to give us an idea of where to look. So we've listened to the engine all over the top of the rocker cover and to the water pump, because it could have been a water pump bearing. Didn't sound like a water pump bearing, and we think it is in the front two cylinders. Not quite sure which one, and it sounds very tappity, definitely on the valve train, on the rocker train. And so I've stripped down the top of the engine, and let's see what we found. So here we are with the air filter assembly removed and the rocker cover removed. As you can see on an 803, there is the valve train and the rockers, and the noise is coming from this. You are there. This rocker here. I don't know if you can see that. That is, and there's a push rod there.
Number two.
Number two.
Which is an inlet valve.
That one there, and that's loose. Very loose, and that's making that noise as we're driving. So what we're going to do first is we're going to turn the engine by hand, and we're going to watch the whole valve train to see if this is actually moving correctly, with the push rod and the spring compressing, to see that there's nothing like a cam follower is gone or the push rod is bent. So we'll have a look at that first and then go on from there.
Okay, so we'll turn the engine, I'll move the camera, and I'll focus in on that particular one from the other side, so you can see that the push rod fits up against the rocker. The cup on it fits up against the rocker, okay?
Yep.
Okay.
So is it doing what it should?
It seemed to be. The only thing was, I'm not sure if it came up quite as far as the others.
This one,
Second one
there.
in. Yeah, but it did move. So what we're going to do next?
I think I'm going to do next is we'll adjust it. We're going to check all the valve clearances on the whole lot. We're going to adjust this one because it could just be.
Can you see how high up that adjuster is? No, the little screw on top is really high up.
It looks like it's been loose, and it's because if you compare these to the other ones, all the other ones are nowhere near as high as that. So that looks like that's spun up loose.
Yeah, which would happen if the locking nut had come undone.
And that implies that this has become loose and spun itself loose and then tightened off at its completely off position. which implies that actually the push rod and cam follower are probably not the problem. There, see, I don't know if you, if I put my finger there,
Yeah, you can see that.
and then I put my finger on that one.
Yeah.
It's about. I mean, that's just loose. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll adjust it, and then we'll turn it by hand again, and then inspect it before we start the engine. What we're not going to do is start the engine until we've done some deep investigation into why that is. But that is completely adjusted off by the look of it. That ball, I don't think there's any adjustment off more than that. I don't think you can get slacker than that. No. Looking at it.
No.
So I don't need to take the tappet chest gantry off, and or the rocker gear off to pull the push rod and check it. I might do if we're still worried. We'll adjust it first, adjust all the others, have a look at what's going on, and then if I have to, I will pull the rocker train off, pull the push rod out, and then roll it on a nice flat surface to see if it isn't bent. And I will take the chest gantry off and then pull the cam follower to see if it's pitted on the bottom. So obviously that gives you a completely different reading.
So we'll try and film us adjusting it, even if I do it without us, without the sound of us talking to each other. But we'll try and film it from above so you can see us adjusting it.
We've done a video on that, haven't we?
I know, but we could just.
They
show
don't want to
this
see
one.
us doing that again.
Yeah, we'll do it in fast. I'll speed it up.
Oh, okay. We'll see you in a minute after we've adjusted them.
I don't know if I can find my way out. I'm stuck in a prison of doubt. In this tiny shell, and everything is growing up tight. There's no room to breathe. And nobody is watching at night. Who wanna rise up? Need a friend to shake me out again. Need a friend to shake me out again. I don't know if I can find my way out. In this tiny and everything is growing up tight. There's no room to breathe. Fall into the ocean.
Okay, so we've adjusted all the valves, gone through every single one, and obviously number 2 intake valve was the loosest. Yeah, and we think that's all it is. It's just became unadjusted in the shakedown of this car, being off the road since 1973. Some of the others were loose as well, mostly on the intake, I think.
Yeah, you're right.
Not particularly worried at this moment. I think what we'll do is we've spun the engine several times and rechecked the clearances again and again. I think it's just a case of putting it all back together and starting it up and then taking it for a test run and see if it's quietened all down, which it will have done because that loose tappet would have rattled exactly like it did sound in the car. Yeah, so I think it's just a case of putting it all back together and taking it for a test run.
So we're going to start the engine. And there we go. That's now gone quiet.
Yeah, silent. What we're hearing there actually at the moment is the oil just starting to lubricate the top of the tappets through the rocker gear. That is lovely. I'm pleased with that. So what we're going to do now is probably going to drive it for 100 miles, not today, but over a period of time, and then I will disassemble that again and do a full recheck of all the valve clearances. I don't think I'm going to have to pull the tappet gantry cover unless over the next 50 miles it makes the same noise again. If it does, I'll have to pull the rocker assembly and then check each push rod by rolling it across the flat surface to see if it's bent, and then I'll have to inspect the cam followers, which are the little cups which hold the bottom of the push rods onto the top of the cam followers in the timing gear. But at the moment, as it sounds, it's not an issue. I think it's just part of the shakedown with an old engine like this, which has been off the road since 1973. And I rebuilt the engine with Amber's help. We put it all together. I expect in our eagerness to get it on the road, we probably should have spent a little bit more time on checking and adjusting. So
What I would say though is that the distance between it being tight on a valve clearance and loose on a valve clearance is minute.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to undo very much.
Doesn't have to undo very much to be
become very
noisy.
Tappety.
Yeah.
Very tappety. That is not tappety now. We can drive this car anywhere. Now we know what the issue is. If we hear that noise again, we can stop, sort it out, and then do a deeper inspection to see whether it's a push rod or cam follower. There we go. Hope it was useful, and see you next time.